welcome to the Crochet Stitch Guide. This week you can learn how to make the iris stitch, and this is a lovely vintage looking stitch. It's got a nice bit of movement to it, a nice drape, so it's perfect for a scarf. This is just 20 chains along, would be perfect for a small child, or if you wanted to make a scarf for an adult you could maybe do twice this size and do 40 stitches, or it could be used for clothing. It's just a really nice stitch. It's simple, one row repeat, and it's the same on the front and the back. I'm going to be using DK yarn with a 4mm hook. I'll put the yarn details in the description below. So let's get started. So to begin, we're going to make a slip knot. Insert your hook, and we're going to make a chain in a multiple of 4 plus 1. Yeah, that would be your foundation for the stitch. So if you're adding it onto a blanket or something, that's the stitch count you want, 4 plus 1. For the foundation chain, we're going to add 2 more. So I'm going to do 20. That's 4 times 5. Then I'll plus the 1 and plus 2. So I'll do 23. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3. So you can make your chain in any multiple of 4 and then add 3 on the end. So for row 1, we're going to, so all our stitches will be US doubles, UK trebles, or chains. Yeah, so we're going to start in the 5th chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to make a US double, UK treble into that chain space, into that chain. Yeah, so there's one stitch. We're then going to make a second stitch into that same chain. We're then going to chain 1. Oops, I've snagged my yarn there. Chain 1, and then we're going to put 2 more stitches into that same chain. US doubles, UK trebles. So that's how your first little group of stitches should look. That's 2 stitches, chain 1, 2 stitches. We're then going to skip 3, yeah, skip 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to make 2 stitches. So there's 1, yeah, and then we make our second stitch. As before, we're going to chain 1 and then make 2 more stitches. Now don't worry if your chains start to do that, we'll pull it all out at the end, yeah, and it will look okay. So same as before, we're going to skip 3 chains, yeah. So we've got 1, 2, 3 into there. We're going to make 2 stitches. Chain 1 and 2 more stitches, and that's our repeat. So we're going to go all the way along, skip 3 chains, then make 2 stitches, chain 1, 2 stitches into the same chain, yeah, and we'll go all the way along to the end of your sample. You can press pause if you're making along. So when you get to the end of your foundation chain, give it a little tug and that will sort out those big baggy chains. And you should have 2 chain spaces left at the end. So we're going to we're going to skip one, and then we're going to make a US double, UK treble into the last chain. That can sometimes be a bit fiddly to get into. Don't worry, the next rows are much easier after this foundation row. And there's the end of our first row. Yeah. For row 2, we're going to chain 3. And this is the same for each row now after. Yeah, you just turn your work. We're going to skip those 2 stitches and go into that chain 1 space. We're going to make 2 US doubles, UK trebles. Chain 1 and then make 2 more stitches in there. Yeah. We're then going to hop across to the next chain 1 space. We're going to make 2 stitches. Chain 1 and 2 more stitches into that same space. Yeah, don't worry, it takes a couple of rows before it really takes shape. Yeah, so don't worry if it seems like it's a bit wonky at the moment. Just count your stitches. There should be 4 stitches in each chain 1 space. Yeah, so we're going to hop across to the next chain 1 space, and we're going to make 2 stitches, chain 1, 2 stitches, and we're going to go all the way along the sample like so. And if you're making along, whoops, you can press pause, and I'll see you at the end of the row. So when you get to the end of the row, you'll have made your 2 stitches, chain 1, 2 stitches in that last chain 1 space. We're then going to make a US double, UK treble into that chain space that we make on the turn. And that's the end of the row. So we repeat the same as we just did for row 2, for row 3, 4, 5, 6, however long you want to go. Chain 3, turn your work, and into each chain 1 space we make 2 stitches, chain 1, 2 stitches, and then at the end of the row you'll come to the chain 3 space we made on the turn, make a US double, UK treble, chain 3, and turn and go again. So I hope you, where's my original sample gone? Here it is. There it is. So you see it does start to take shape. The bottom isn't all wiggly like it is in this sample. Yeah, and that will start to take shape as we build it up. So I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments if you're going to use this stitch to make anything. And I'll see you in the next video.